Thank you very much. Allow me to make my presentation in English. Shipping is obviously an international industry, English being our language of exchange. And for a start, I'd like to thank Pantheon TEDx for the opportunity to present here. Since the invitation, I must admit to have been consumed positively with various thoughts, ideas, what perspective to give this talk of mine. I didn't want to give it a clearly technical economic perspective, but I wanted to try and find some deeper meanings in what shipping means to the community and also to man. Shipping exists by virtue of trade. Trade mostly, but also because of man's aspirations to broaden his horizons, to discover new lands. My focus will be on the commercial side of shipping, which obviously serves the international trade. Why trade? Why should regions' economies not be self-sustainable? Why the need to exchange commodities across the deep seas? The fundamental reason is that economies, communities have advantages in production and natural advantages in minerals, in climatic conditions, which are not equally spread around the globe. There are countries which are very scarce of minerals, raw materials, and others which have them in abundance. The same for climatic conditions. Favorable ones exist in numerous parts of the world, rainfall, soil, fertile soil, whereas other communities, zones, are not equally endowed with such commodities. So man, over time, has tended to focus and specialize on what he's able to better produce by channeling resources, time, in that respect. However, to be able to know what he is better able to produce, there must be a comparison. And the comparison comes in the form of the counterparts, the other trading nations. If my country is able to produce furniture or shoes with more efficiency, better utilize our resources than another country, another trading nation which is better able to produce televisions or even build ships, then obviously there's no reason for my country to focus on doing everything. It's better that we focus on our comparative advantage, and this is the platform for the development of international trade. Shipping serves this platform. Without shipping, most of these benefits would not have accrued to the trading communities and to the global economy. And I say that because the global economy is enlarged by communities specializing on what they are better able to produce and trade them for other products that they are not as competitive in producing. Specialization obviously has developed on account of trade. And shipping, the way I see it, is an integrator. It integrates what we specialize in. It brings it all into the deep sea in a platform which is jointly shared, and there various communities are able to generate additional welfare, additional wealth for the global economy. An example of this dynamic is seen in the case of China. Up until 2000, China was a closed, isolated economy, a sleeping giant. In 2001, China was admitted to the World Trade Organization. And that was the start of China's massive industrial revolution and massive urbanization. The benefits were not only limited to China, the whole global economy benefited from interacting with China, which was attempting to claim back 50 years of underdevelopment in a short span of time. In 2000, China was barely the size of Italy in terms of its economy, in terms of its GNP. Today, it's the second largest economy. Shipping was there to make that happen. Without shipping, China could not have realized this momentum. China does not have raw materials, so ships were catering for this need. Additionally, China, because of its efficiencies, was able to competitively export numerous of its products. Shipping was there, on the other side, handling this necessity. Shipping is so valuable today that if one was able to pass a law stopping all ships from further trading, within a few months, half the world would freeze and the other half would starve. How does man come in to this whole equation? Shipping is multidisciplinary. It draws in people from various walks of professional life. Lawyers, underwriters, engineers, seafarers, brokers, and numerous other professions, shipbuilders, come together, bringing their combined skills into creating what shipping is all about. In this confluence of skills, expertise, and coupled with the different laws, norms, languages, cultures, which international shipping embraces, gives the shipping person the potential to work in an environment which is complex, bordering potentially on chaos. It shows us the full extent of what the globe and the global economy is all about. However, positively inclined to this scenario and with an open mindset, a growth mindset, a shipping person becomes more creative. He finds solutions where potentially same or not available in less complex environments. So creativity, I consider, is one of the major contributions shipping has to man practicing in shipping. And the value of this creativity is not limited to the shipping man. He's able to relate it on, so we have a bit of a multiplier effect. He's able to hand it over to his family, to his friends. So I consider that he's able to, in a way, give them also the vision that he's seen working in this environment. In addition to creativity, I would consider other disciplines are engendered in the shipping world. The shipping market is not linear. It's not a market where rates or values follow a straight pattern. It's cyclical, and the cycles are probably very hard to read. We have occasions where the market is on its knees, depressed, as we have in the present, and times of extreme prosperity, boom and bust cycles. What this does for the shipping person, for the practitioner in shipping, it exposes him to the volatility and builds within him disciplines, such as, in the present case, where the dry cargo and tanker and container markets are suppressed, gives him the opportunity to find efficiencies which were not apparent to him prior this time. Cut costs, basically to find disciplines which will carry him through abnormally poor conditions, enabling him to be there when the market comes back to prosperity, as it normally does. This complexity, the whole shipping platform enables people of various communities to cross-pollinate. Ideas go backwards and forwards. We have numerous technologies which have actually stemmed from shipping and have been carried over to other industries. When I started my shipping career, my first senior advisor, mentor, so to speak, said to me, "Vasili, shipping is a bug. It's a virus." Phew. My first reaction was a little bit, a virus is associated with something not too favorable. Then he said to me, "You'll see what I mean in a few years' time." Over the years, I've heard a similar theme. It's a virus, it's a bug, you get hooked onto it. And I thought to myself, is this something which we come across in other industries? Do I hear similar influences on people working in other industries? I hope they are. I hope they are. But let me say that in shipping, because of this complexity, because you're bordering against horizons which are expanding, you're exposed to conditions which are in flux, always changing. The dynamics of the global economy, trade patterns are not static, not predictable. Because of this scenario, man is given the opportunity to enrich himself by looking at the chaos and making sense out of it, sharpening his interpersonal skills as he's dealing with numerous nationalities around the world, even cultivating his emotional intelligence, I would say. This is the platform shipping offers man. I was fortunate to have come into shipping, as according to a Chinese philosopher, if you find the job you love, you'll not need to work a day in your life. And I wish for people, for our youngsters who may not have yet embarked on their career, whether it be shipping or something else, I wish that they catch the virus, throw themselves, open up their mindset, and discover that through our industry, we are able to enlarge ourselves and grow ourselves. Thank you for listening.